What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing tonight? Everybody's asleep tonight. I was watching a movie downstairs, just kind of writing down some ideas. But I thought I would come upstairs and kind of and record a video. I try to take advantage of the time that I can record, and that's sometimes why these are so spontaneous. But I was watching a movie downstairs and kind of just relaxing and not writing a little bit of ideas, but not writing too much. So I just wanted to jump on here, and I think I might do these like periodically. I've kind of shown off the books before, but every so often I think I might just jump on and kind of show off what the books actually look like. On my website, you could definitely see pictures of them, and if you go to my Instagram, I have tons of videos and pictures and stuff like that. But so I'll just start with the hardcover edition. So the hardcover edition looks like this. It is a 9x6 edition. That's the sizing. You see right there, it says Mangled Monsters right there. And then down here it has the little MM, and then my name, Wisteria, and a little bit of a tagline thing on the back there. And then so you kind of open up the book. Title page, that's where I sign at. I didn't think originally that I was gonna put this page in there, like this kind of blank page with the title, but I figured since I was doing signed copies on my website, it's probably a good idea, because then I have this one right here, and I really wanted the tree on there with my name, and I don't know, just trying to like put my like signature on here somewhere just would like really screw that up. And then in between those two, got my publishing house right here, Mangled Monsters. Got your front matter there. I do have a different ISBN number for my paperback, hardcover, and collector's edition. I wanted my collector's edition to have its own ISBN, just in case. I just didn't want any issues in regards to anything. Originally, it had the hardcover ISBN, and since it is a completely different book, in the sense of the quality and the way that it is, and it has the slip jacket, and it doesn't even have the title on the front and stuff like that, I just wanted it to have its own ISBN number. So, plus in case I ever like actually do just get to a point on my website which I may do eventually, like, I'm going to do signed copies probably for quite a while, but I might get to a point where I might not want to do signed copies. And so through this particular book creator, I can like have kind of a direct sale on my website with them. So then I could just sell that right off the website. And then they actually create it and then ship it to you. So I think that's how that works. But anyway, so yeah, we're here, book right here, a little bit of a, like I said, 9x6 is the size for the hardcover. It has cream pages. This is printed through Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing. A lot of people knock Amazon and their publishing quality, and I'm not going to say that they're better than like the collector's edition quality. However, they do, like, I opted for the matte covers. It's like the ones from Amazon don't have like a slip jacket. Everything's just printed directly on here, and it does give like a very soft touch. And it's strange because I've noticed other books from Amazon that I've gotten or that I see, and they don't feel like this. I don't know if it's because I use a certain photo, or like if it's because I did like a matte, like the matte with, I don't know. Like I don't know why it feels so soft, and all of these hardcovers are just, they're really cool to the touch. And I guess that's because I chose like the matte finish for the book. And God, it's slipping my mind the exact like name that like this is. It's slipping my mind the actual like finish that this is, like what this is when you do this. So I keep saying matte, so that's all. Because instead of a glossy cover, it's matte, and it's really nice. It's really like a really soft touch. You know, feels really good in hand. It's cool. The edges are very, they're nice and crisp. The corners are pretty good for the most part. I'd say 98% of them have been really great. A couple of them were a little kind of like a little bent in a little bit. That's just probably because of Amazon shipping. But yeah, it looks really good. The photo on the front and everything turned out really good. You can see right there. I hope it's in focus pretty good. You can kind of see that. And then when you open it up, it's the whole book it's that one particular photo. And you can kind of see like that straight line right here. But going back to what I was just saying about Amazon, a lot of people knock Amazon's printing quality, but I think it's really good. I've noticed an issue with, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can. There's something like right here. It's kind of dark on the camera right there. But it's like I have to kind of like wet my finger a little bit and just kind of, get like whatever that is off. There's like sometimes, and I've noticed this when I've gotten books off Amazon, so it's not just mine, and it's like a strange, like almost glue-like residue that comes right off. Like it doesn't leave marks. It's not, but it's like I even see a little bit like right here. It's weird. It's like, I'd have to spend forever trying to like wipe the whole book off, but it's like, it's just straight like a strange residue. I don't know what that is, but it does come off if you wet it and everything. It's very strange, and it doesn't damage the book. Like I just wetted that, and it's just like it's very weird. I don't know why. Another little added touch I did was like this is black, and then like this is white down here, and then like everything up top is black. See all the black title, name, and everything, and then my name goes black and then into white right there. If you can kind of see that. And then this is white right here. So, I don't know, just a little added touch. I was trying to do like more of a fade into white, but it was really, really difficult. It almost looked like black, gray, white, and it just didn't look right. So I just did black and white. So yeah, that is the hardcover edition of Wisteria. And I'll just do the paperback next. Paperback, the sizing is 8.5 by 5.5, and this is how it looks in compared to the hardcover. It is just about a ½ inch off on the sizing, so you can see there's a pretty significant size difference, compared to the hardcover to the paperback, but people love their paperbacks, so obviously the text is a little smaller on there, but still the same layout. Mango Monsters, and you got your little tagline stuff on the back here, and then right here, black, white, Wisteria, and you got your title right there, my name. Same thing with, this hasn't actually been like opened yet, so I don't want to be the first to really crease the book. So, but there you go. You can kind of see the photo right there. This hardcover was, this is actually mine that I ordered, so that's why I creased that one. But this one has yet to be creased fully, so I'm not going to do that. So you can kind of see the photo there, and then same thing, same layout, had a bookmark in that one. Yeah, same layout, just different ISBN number. ISBN numbers are very expensive, but I don't know, I just thought it was really appropriate to for each version to have their own. So paperback version, 8.5 by 5.5 inches. Yeah, and this is what it looks like on the side. Like a side comparison. Let's here put that right there, and there you go. So yeah, you can even see like a little bit of a color difference. Like this is a little bit more white, a little bit more gray, I guess. And that's another thing too with Amazon KDP. I don't think that they're bad. I think that they're actually really good. But I do notice with here, I'll show you guys real quick. I had some books stacked over here, so let's just take. Let's go with this one right here. This one looks a little uneven. So with these hardcovers, if you notice, like this hardcover looks like the actual like book itself was actually printed a little bit like wider and then this one was printed normal, and you can kind of see that there. See how this one's like extra wide, and then this one's just kind of like the normal hardcover, where this is a little bit more centered, and then this is like a little bit extra, like this is bigger, and it's like the name's actually just like a little bit more up, you know what I mean? And you kind of see how it's a little off center, right? Whereas this one right here is centered and, you know, perfect. And you can kind of see right there, like they're good. You know, I'm definitely not knocking them or anything like that. I mean, obviously I use them for a reason, but if you put them all side by side, you know, their printing is a little, like this one's really good, and then this one's a little off, and then this one's like definitely like big and off, you know? And, you know, to the average reader, most people probably would never notice stuff like that. I don't know. And you know, I even have, there's a lot of traditionally published books that I have, and a lot of those books, believe it or not, when I actually look at them and I sit and look, they're actually off too. So that must be a common thing with like printing services, that things just like, you know, every few of them just kind of probably, you know, maybe say like 1 in every 5, you know, get like kind of off-centered or something. So, because the majority of them, like I said, are really good. But they do have their hiccups and their little issues, you know, like this one right here, just, it's like massive. It's just like so, it's like, I don't know. It's like so bigger compared to the other one. I don't know. And if you look, it's the same book. Like I've checked the pages to see if they like added like extra stuff in there, and it's not. It's the same exact book. It's just, if you look right here, yeah, let me put this one off to the side like that. This is better. So like that. See, that's a really good comparison. See, like that's normal, and that's like extra wide, and yet same amount of pages. Oh, that's also another thing I was just gonna say too. I wanted to go over the page count. Not that it really matters, but I just figure you guys should know. So the actual story count of pages is 153 for the paperback. And obviously the front and back matter add to that, and it's like 170 something. And then the hardcover story page count is 128, and then that ends up, I believe, 130 something or 140 something, with the front and back matter. So yeah, I just thought I'd show that off. Like isn't that just crazy? Like, I don't know. But when you have things running through production, you know, I don't know, things just get off center, I guess, you know. That's kind of like that's another reason why, you know, when I wanted to offer the collector's edition, something that was a little bit more premium, and then see, even with the paperback version, it has a little bit with the paperback version, not as much, definitely nowhere near as much with the paperback versions, but like slightly, but no real difference. And then the collector's edition. And what's really cool about the collector's edition to me is that, you know, obviously you have this dust jacket, which is really cool. And I've said it before, I wasn't originally going to do like a version with the dust jacket. It was just something I didn't think I could actually get right. It's something that was going to delay the process, because what really mattered to me more than anything was the story itself and getting that completely edited and finalized. And I already had those covers for the paperback and hardcover already done, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna put this on the back burner, and if I can do this, I will do it. But the story itself needed to be finalized before anything, so it all worked out. But what's really cool about this, and the collector's edition is a 9x6, but you know, you can pull it off and you kind of look into the treescape, you know, and it just, you wonder, and for me, it helps inspire me when I look out into it, and I wonder what's in the trees or what's out there, and you know, and I hope that other people can feel that. You know, you take this off and you compare it to the regular cover, and I love this cover, but if you look, see, this is what this looks, you see that? Okay, and then this. See how big that is compared to it, you know? And then, you know, it's like a portion of this whole thing. And this is the actual, like, photograph that I use for that. So it's like, it's just really cool to see it all on there. So, dust jacket on the book. This is, I print this through Lulu. They have been amazing so far. Their print quality is superb. Like, their print quality is, it's really good. Their books smell really good. Their books, they're weighted. It's like, this book is really heavy. It's, let's see, and then with the dust jacket, it's just heavier. But let's just see right here. Yeah, let me put both of these books together. Yeah, this might actually weigh more than both of these put together, and that's saying something. You know what I mean? With the quality, you can see it's all black, and that's another thing that's cool too. You know, you get to choose all this stuff when you create your book. But yeah, this is stellar quality. It's really, really cool. Yeah, but there's WISTERIA right there, and it says Baumler. Nothing on the front, nothing on the back. And that was another thing that I wanted with this too, is I didn't want to put the name or author information or anything like that. I wanted you guys to be able to take this off and look at it and just really, you know, kind of like dive into it. I didn't want it to be obscured with like the name or anything like that. So, and then the difference is, okay, so the paperback and the hardcover use their cream pages. They're kind of a standard page, kind of a larger font, kind of like your old Goosebump type books, like that. And then same thing with this one, only these pages are a heavier, thicker page than the cream, and they're a white page with a premium black ink. So these pages look very different than those. Let me open something up here to show you guys something. To me, a real big, not big difference, but just, you could kind of tell the quality difference was when you look at this right here. See that right there? The image is crisp. the image, you can almost see like the glossiness of it. Even though these aren't glossy pages, this is just like that premium heavy white paper with that premium black ink. And it's just, man, everything's just heavy and really, really high quality. But what was I going to show you guys? I was going to show you this. I'll do the hardcover for this. Okay, so it's on page 22, so this would be on page 22 as well. Yeah, so like not much of a difference, but I could see a little bit of a quality difference with this one being a little bit better. And I think it's just because it's almost like the black ink is like set onto the white paper, whereas this almost looks like it doesn't, it's not like ink onto paper where it kind of just like soaks into it, but it's kind of hard to explain. Here, I'm just going to show it to you and you guys can judge for yourself. Here, I'm going to put this one on top here. Here, let me move this up a little bit. I hope you guys can see that okay. Premium white, heavy paper, premium ink, and then just the standard cream with the black down there. And then I don't know if it's really showing it, but you can almost see like a sheen with the collector's edition with the text. Not that big of a deal, but I don't know, just interesting. So yeah, same book, same same story in all three versions of the book, the paperback, the hardcover, and the collector's edition. That's something I definitely wanted to keep the same across all of the formats. I didn't want somebody feeling like they had to buy the collector's edition to get like more of the story or a better story or something like that. I wanted the collector's edition to just be like the premium version of this book. And you know what? There's a lot of people who just love this cover, the way that this is packaged, and I love this too. So it just all about your preference, you know. Some people might really want to support, or they might really love this one. But like I said, the story's the same across all of them. And I wanted to do that, and I didn't want to offer like something more for the collectors, because then I don't want people to feel like if they're buying the paperback or the hardcover, they're getting like gypped of the story. You know, I only wanted to elevate the collectors by like, you know, giving the sticker pack. This is what comes with the collector's edition, is these stickers. It's a pack of 4. Some quotes from the book. And then with every order, collector's, hardcover, and paperback off the website, I can't do this on Amazon, but off my website, you do get the exclusive bookmark, Wisteria bookmark. It says Wisteria down here, you got an owl right here, and then Mangle Monsters on the back right there. And then with the collector's edition only, you get the stickers, you get the bookmark, everything's signed, and then you also do get like a packet of conception notes. So, and what this is just, it's notes that I literally were working on and what I used to create my book. It's a pretty cool thing. But you know, this is going to be for all the people who like want to support in that way, and who are really want to know all the ins and outs. And you know, it's not every single note, but it's quite a bit of them, you know, that got me really started writing my book and creating the story. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool addition to the collector's edition. So yeah, every order off of my website does get signed, and every order does receive a bookmark. Just the collector's edition, you receive the premium version of the book with the dust jacket and everything, and sticker pack and bookmark signed, and then the conception note packet. Also, every order does receive a thank you note. I don't think I have this like promoted on my website, and it's not, I don't think it's something I would promote on there, but I'll just, I'll tell you guys. I do include a handwritten note to everybody, with an envelope with a stamp on it and stuff like that, just to make it more personalized. And it's a lost art, right? Like, it's a kind of a lost thing. I see a lot of people do newsletters, and I might get to that point one day too, where the orders are overwhelming, and I guess that's kind of the dream, right? Like, that's you do want your orders to be coming in like crazy, and to the point where you almost can't keep track of them, and that's a great thing, because then everybody's reading your story. But at least right now, while I'm just starting out and I'm starting off slowly, and I like this, everybody's going to get a handwritten note, and that's just something special from me to you. Every note is very different. Nothing's the same. Nothing's written. I'd have nothing pre-written, nothing like that. Everything's written from me to you. I might know you in person, so I'm gonna definitely go a little bit deeper. And if I don't know you, I might, write. I'm definitely gonna write something a little different. Or if you followed me on Instagram or something like that, and I see something, I might talk about what you're into or something like that. So I just thought, the handwritten notes, it's a special thing, because it's, like I said, it's kind of like a lost art. Everybody in their newsletters and all this stuff, and the emails, and and like I said, one day I might get to that point. I'm definitely not knocking that, but I might get to that point one day too. And but for now, I'm gonna definitely leave it with the handwritten notes, because I think that's just a special touch from me to you. Yeah, I hope that you guys like that little kind of like deep dive into the books, kind of like a closer look, an in-depth look at all of the versions of my book. So long term, and I've talked about this before, I've kind of mentioned it. Long term, I would love to do an illustrated version of my books. And I thought about like doing it in the sense of like, I'll do it one by one, but then I really got to think, like, I would love if like the same illustrator, wherever that person is at the time of, whoever I hire to do this, and however that works out, I would love for them to do just all of them. You know what I mean? If they were willing to take that on, because what happens if, I have them do this book, and then, then they won't work with me on the second book, or that something happens to them, or just anything, you know what I mean? So I want whoever it is to be able to do all of them. And I think it'd be cool to, if you had your books side by side, and it might create like some sort of image, or like a treescape, or just something that's not this, but something illustrated. And like the actual insides, I would love to just have illustrations and color, and just have kind of help create some of that mystery and stuff, and maybe like put some eyes in the darkness with the trees, and have Claire climbing the tree and looking up from the treetops out into the sky and stuff like that. Maybe like she's walking through the river or something like that. That would be really cool if I could get an illustrated version of my books eventually. So that's something for the future. That would probably be the next edition of this book. But that would probably be, like I said, after the majority of books are written, or I'm on the last one or something like that. But also, I would love to do an audiobook version of my book. That might actually come before the illustrated versions. I haven't looked too much into audiobook stuff. I kind of heard that it was very expensive, and just I kind of went this route and did all like these three versions, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll worry about that a little bit later. So, I'm gonna probably try to look at some audiobook stuff, but then that's another thing too I was thinking about. I would love, if it was like the same people or same person to narrate the books, because it would be kind of weird if, let's just say, like I heard, there's a woman or a guy or whatever, that reads Wisteria, and then they're not available to do like my second book, like they're too booked up or something like that, and I have to use somebody else for the second book. I don't know, to me that might take away from it. I'm a big fan of like when somebody actually completes something and they're able to get it all done like that. I don't know. So I think, like, even like I said, even the audiobooks I think might be something that I would have to work on, or that like I'd want to work on more towards the end of this series, because then they could read the whole thing, which would be a pretty massive project, but I think it'd be well worth it to have the kind of the same narrator or narrators, um, you know, um, on the series. And then I was watching one guy, and he was talking about like the editing part of like an audiobook, and I thought, man, that's like, I didn't even think about that. Like I didn't even think about like you having, as the writer, having to edit and listen to them narrate your book. And I'm like, man, that is insane. I was just like thinking like, so if I don't like this part out, I got to tell them to cut that out. And like, I'm just like, that's a whole like other craziness of like editing and stuff. Because on here, you kind of just make the changes real quick, but on there, it's kind of like a back and forth between you and your narrator, and man, I was just like, that's a wild, that's a big feat. That's all I'm gonna say. That seems like a really big feat to get an audiobook done and accomplished. Because then you have to go through and make sure it lines up with your book, and I'm sure maybe a couple words aren't too bad if they're different or something like that, but you want it relatively the same, I would think. And then if they kind of say something that you don't think is right, or I don't know, just kind of crazy. But so yeah, that's probably like I said, in the future. For right now, it's these three versions. For the future, I definitely plan to do an illustrated version of the books and the series itself, and then audiobooks eventually as well. So that's later down the line. I'm working on book 2 currently, and I'm making a lot of strides with that, which is good. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little bit of in-depth look at my books. Like I said, I might do these periodically, just so anybody new that's coming to the channel or anything like that can kind of get refreshed if they don't go back and look at older videos and stuff like that. And plus, this is the first time I'm really kind of taking this much time and really kind of going over the books and the page counts and all that stuff. And the collector's edition, let me see, I think it's the exact same page count for the story as the hardcover edition. Yep, 128. So yeah, same things. 9x6. Actually, you know what? Let me put all these together for you guys. I put the other two together, but I didn't put all of them together. Let's do that. Okay. So collectors, hardcover, paperback. So you can even see the difference in color on the collector's edition right there. You can even see like the trees a little bit more like in depth looking. You know, it's not as it's not pixelated on here, but it's a little bit more clear on this version. A little bit bigger too. So yeah, anyway, hope that you guys like this video. I got a lot going on this weekend and beginning of the week, so I don't know. I probably will end up talking to you guys more later in the week. I hope that you guys have had a great weekend so far, and hope that you guys have a good week. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.